Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Grand Arena video. So this one I want to cover the upcoming feats for the Grand Arena Championship. Now CG, this time all they give us was a little message here in the newsletter in-game saying that the Grand Arena will be free format, which we already know, and that the theme will be around the events of Rogue One, so it's basically a rerun of our previous season. I think this was about 4 or 5 months ago we had this, so it was quite a quick turnaround actually on this Rogue One season. Now luckily I do keep for historical reasons or the previous feats, so I could easily load them back onto my SWGOH for Life tool, so I just hop in there and go through them. Alright, here we go. So we got season 22, it's free format and theme is Rogue One, and it actually started, the join period started last night. Now because it's a repeat of our previous season, I kind of can forecast the starting dates and the duration of all these feats, but CG every now and then they like to tweak some things with the feats, so obviously everything here is subject to change, but you know, more or less accurate I think. So obviously we got all these generic feats as always, so we can just skip those, you know how they work. And here we go, so it's the first Rogue One feat here where we have to defeat 6 enemy units in Grand Arena with Rebel fighters. Amongst other rewards you do get a portrait of Baze, and you know you got a few options here I guess. So Mon Mothma is the only kind of Rebel fighter leader here that will help you, so you can either go with Wedge and Biggs if that's all what you've got. These guys can, you know, probably still handle some of the weaker teams. Now if you do have Cassian and K2, these guys as well, you know, can take out some of the stronger teams like General Grievous in 3v3. Up next we've got make 10 men feel like 100, and this one is probably going to be a little bit more challenging than the previous one, because here you have to win Grand Arena battle using 3 members of Rogue One, and the only Rogue One leader we have is Jean, and Jean's lead is not that great. I would imagine many of us don't have her even relicked. But again, you know, a couple of options here. You can either run Cassian and K2 there with Jean, or Baze and Chirrut. Probably Cassian and K2, if you do have them, will work better with Jean's lead, because you know you have to apply debuffs and things like that to apply those exposes, whereas this team might a little bit struggle with any sort of damage output. And we got a few generic again feats coming in, no issues here. And then we got rebellions are built on hope. So here we have to win a Grand Arena battle with a team that contains either Mon Mothma or Princess Leia. So this one obviously is very flexible. I mean, you can even do Galactic Legends solo and just throw Mon Mothma or Leia in there if you want. However, there are a couple of teams here that actually can do something. Again, you know, you can do Mon Mothma and then a couple of Rebel fighters, Wedge, Biggs, or again that K2 and Cassian squad. And if you do have Leia there, you can also run Leia lead with Chewbacca and Han, because you know Chewbacca and Han, and insert any Rebel or Scoundrel leader. These two guys can take out a lot of teams in 3v3 very quickly and efficiently. Okay, so moving on. Be careful not to choke on your aspirations. So for this one you have to win battle with either Krennic or Vader. Now Krennic is pretty much useless, so unless you use him with some sort of you know, Galactic Legend squad or something like that, won't do much. However, you know, Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn, or you know, instead of Thrawn you can use somebody else like Watt or somebody. These guys, you know, they can handle a lot of teams. Although Vader and Watt combo is not as powerful as it used to be in 3v3, it can still do some nice damage there for you. So moving on, let's see what we got next. We got You Die with the Rebellion. And here we have to defeat 6 enemy units in Grand Arena with Imperial troopers. Now depending what troopers you've got, probably the most accessible will be this one with Veers, Stark and Piet. These guys can take a lot of teams in 3v3. Usually you would use them for Mon Mothma or that Fiend Resistance team. They handle those guys very easily. Then if you do have more troopers available, you have another option, you know, with Gideon, maybe Death Trooper and Dark Trooper. If you have you know, Dark Trooper can still do some nice damage even in 3v3 with his punching basic attack. And up next, that might leave a mark. So for this one we have to gain offense up 20 times. So there are quite a lot of teams that can do this, but remember, in 3v3 you only have 3 characters, so when you do use some character that applies offense up to everybody, you will only get it 3 times instead of 5. Something to bear in mind. And then also BB-8, his Illuminated Destiny applies offense sub, but in 3v3 often it's very hard to get to that Illuminated Destiny because sometimes battles are over so quickly. And then Ray Scavenger, she as well can grant herself offense up, so definitely this is a good team to get quite a few done there. Then looking at the Padme team, Anakin on his AoE, he will apply offense up to his allies, and then General Kenobi on his mass assist, he will grant offense up to a random ally. With Bounty Hunters here, Bosk, when he taunts, he grants offense up to all his allies as well, and because of Frenzy, he will quickly get turned. When contract triggers because of grief, then Bosk's cooldown gets reset, he can use it again. So definitely Bounty Hunters, if you do have here grief and Mando, they could get his offense up quite a few times in a single battle. And then of course the Troopers, these are probably the easiest guys to get offense up because Piet will grant offense up everybody on his special ability, and then whenever you do take somebody out because of Veers there, again you will gain offense up. So this team could quite easily get offense up at least 10 times per battle, if not more. Then with Jedi here, we all know how this goes. Pastilla passes on buffs to Yoda, Yoda spreads them offense up and the other buffs to everybody else, and then also Yoda himself, whenever he uses basic attack on an enemy that's below 50% health, so that's when they're in the yellow, then also on his basic he will grant himself offense up as well. So plenty of offense up on this team for you. Palps here, he's got that AoE stun that actually applies offense up as well. Similar things with Geos, Poggle on his special cleanse ability, he applies offense up as well on all the allies. So plenty of options you to choose from. And if you need also Finalizer, when you do use the Hunted ultimate ability from Finalizer, it will apply offense up to your allies as well. So even with ships, you can get this offense up done a few times. So let's move on to the next one. So we got I'm one with the Force and the Force is with me. So this one is probably going to be quite tricky as well because you have to win with Base and Chirrut. And Base Chirrut themselves, they don't have a whole lot of firepower, so unless you throw them in with Galactic Legendary or something, again, at least in my GPN, I'm not sure what these guys could do. But they're rebel fighters, so maybe you can do some sort of Mon Mothma team, or maybe throw them in with CLS as rebels, and hopefully CLS can carry the battle for you pretty much, because CLS in 3v3 he's really good. Okay, and then we got Future of Rogue Squadron. So for this one you have to win a battle with a team that contains either Commander Luke Skywalker or Wedge. Now this is quite a flexible one, obviously. You can again go down the Mon Mothma route if you want. You can also use Wedge lead with Han and Chewie. This is a very popular team anyways. And finally, Luke with both 3POs. However, this team is mostly used on defense, but you can keep it for offense if you want. But probably this Wedge Han Chewie squad is going to be the most popular choice for this feat, I think. Alright, moving on. Rebel Tenacity. So here you have to win a fleet arena battle. Fielding Beaston and Cassian Z-Wing. You can also do the standard home one, Rebel fleet, or whatever you run in arena, either these days Executor or Negotiator, and you can just have Beaston and Cassian as reinforcement, and you should get it done quite easily as well. Moving on, we got Congratulations, you are being rescued, and for this one you have to win a Grand Arena battle with a team that contains 2 of the following. So luckily this is 2 of the following, not 3, so again a little bit of flexibility here. Jean, Cassian, and K2. Now Jean, as mentioned before, she's not that useful at all, so you probably want to run Mon Mothma, Cassian and K2 to get something done here. Alright, so these are all the feats for the upcoming Rogue One season that, at least based on my historic data, I'm aware of. As always, as these go live in Grand Arena, I will keep updating this page here just to make sure that everything is accurate. And of course, once feats do expire, they will as well disappear here from the list so that you can easily see what the current live feats are without scrolling down too much further down the page. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you find it useful and helpful, just reminding you of what these Rogue One feats are and what some of the possible teams that can help you achieve those. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.